Hello there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Samantha and this is my channel where I talk all about books. Today I'm coming to you with a tag which I probably should have done about 2 months ago, but oh well. We're doing it now. Better late than never. Today I'm coming to you with the end of the year book tag, which was created by Ariel from Ariel Bassett, and I'll link her original video down below. I did this video last year as well, so if you're interested, I'll link that one up in the card, but I mean, it's kind of irrelevant now. But this tag basically just comprises of a couple of short questions about what your reading plans are for the rest of the year going into the next year, because it's crazy that we're in December now. This year has been simultaneously the longest year ever, but also gone by pretty quickly, and I'm like, how? Anyway, but enough prefacing, let's just get into the questions. The first question is, are there any books that you started this year that you still need to finish? And I do have a couple of books on my Goodreads shelf right now, like Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. I started listening to the audiobook of this in October, and I've only actually listened to a couple chapters, so I might just restart. But I initially planned to finish this series this year, but I only have the audiobooks, and I really have not been doing a lot of audiobook listening recently because I used to do it like when I was walking places, and seeing as I don't go anywhere anymore, I don't really listen to audiobooks that much anymore. I would definitely like to get back to this one, but I don't know if I'll be finishing it before the end of the year. And then there are a couple of other books which I've started and then I put down, and I'm just putting them down for a while. For example, I started The Secret History in August, and I think I read 50 pages, and I've just fully just put that back on my TBR shelf because I'm just not feeling it at the moment. I've definitely done it with quite a few books, but I cannot think of any others apart from The Secret History. So I'd say like the only one that I want to finish that I'm currently reading is Before the Devil Breaks You, but I don't know if that's going to happen. The next question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? And seeing as we are already in winter, this question is a little bit irrelevant now, but in autumn and winter, I tend to gravitate towards fantasy and then also like paranormal. Those are like my type of genres, but when I say paranormal, I mean like vampires. And the main reason why I say that is because I've been rereading the Vampire Academy series recently, and I have to say that those definitely have some nice autumnal vibes. It's definitely trashy because it came out a long time ago. Beware if you haven't read it yet. It's trash, but it is quite fun and it does have a dark atmosphere to it. But apart from that, I do really enjoy fantasy, and I've been reading the An Ember in the Ashes series, obviously for Ember Along, which I'm a co-host of, and that series is particularly good for autumn. I think it's very dark, has a little bit of creepiness to it, but it's not like scary or anything. It's dark and atmospheric. I'd say that those two are some great books that I've been reading. Well, Vampire Academy isn't great, but it's fun. That definitely helped with the like autumn to winter transition. Yes. The next question is there a new release you're still waiting for? And actually I am. There's only one book that I'm still waiting for this year, and that is A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabatir, which is the fourth and final book in the Ember Quartet. As I already mentioned, I'm a co-host of the Ember Along, where we're reading the whole series, and obviously I will be reading this book when it comes out, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I really have not been keeping up that much with new releases this year because I've really been focusing on trying to get my TBR down, and so I've been reading a lot of backlist titles. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. And I still haven't read Addie LaRue, even though that's been out for a while, but I don't have it yet, and so that's a book that I really want to read as well. And it's a new release that technically I'm waiting for because I'm waiting until I buy it and then I can read it. The next question is, what are 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year? And honestly, 3 books is a little bit ambitious for me just because December is crazy. I have so many assignments and stuff, and then also like being home with my family, I know that I'm going to be spending a lot of time with them, and I probably won't be doing as much reading as I would do when I'm here at university. But one book that I really want to get to, which I haven't yet, is The Star of the Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I took this book to Mexico with me in hopes that I would read it there. I did come home early, but then also like I've had the whole like 9 months since being home to read this book, and I haven't yet. But that's because I heard that this is a very wintry book, so I've kind of been saving it for this time of year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get to it before the end of the year because I would really love to. I've heard like mostly good things about this. I've seen a few reviews which were kind of like middle of the road, but the majority of the reviews for this book are phenomenal. So this is definitely one that I would like to get to. I would also really like to read Crescent City by Sarah J Maas. I didn't even think I was going to read this one, but then I've heard so many people raving about it, and I feel like I just need to read it. I really want to own it, but my library does also have it, so I should just get it from the library, but also I really want it. But yeah, I do hope to read that one as well, but it is like 800 pages, and as I said, I'm already busy with other stuff, so it's a long shot. And apart from that, obviously I will be reading A Sky Beyond the Storm. So yeah, those are 3 books that I plan to get to by the end of the year. I hope. Next question is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite of the year? For this one, I'm thinking no, because I've already put together my favorites list for the year. I haven't filmed that video yet, but I will be doing that soon. And basically just looking at the books on that list, I think it would be really hard to beat it, especially like my top 3. They are just really good books. So I just really don't think anything is gonna replace those books. So I'm thinking not. But you know, who knows? I could become obsessed with Crescent City like everyone else. I don't know, you know, never say never. And the last question is, have you already started making reading plans for next year? My answer for that is not really. I do have plans to do a read along for another series starting in February, I think, is our initial plan, although we still have to work a few things out, which I will be announcing that read along at some point soon, probably in January. But yes, so that is like the only thing that I definitely know is happening. And then in terms of like number of books I want to read, I actually think I'm going to set my Goodreads goal to 1 book and just completely take the pressure off. The reason why I still am going to set a Goodreads goal is because I always set a Goodreads goal, and I have done since I started using Goodreads back in 2014, I think. So I still want to have a Goodreads goal, but I think I'm only going to make it 1 book just because I feel like this year I put a lot of pressure on myself to just spend every free moment I have reading, because I really wanted to make content for here, and also I do love reading, but I put such a huge amount of pressure on myself to spend like my whole summer reading because I didn't have a job or anything. So in my mind I had to read, and I think that I just put like a bit too much pressure on it, and it kind of took the fun out of reading. And also I've read like almost 90 books at this point, and that's just like a lot for me. So honestly, I would be much happier if I read like 50 books instead of 90, but I'm gonna set my goal to 1 book, or maybe 10, maybe 12, 1 book a month, and then that's a good goal. Maybe I'll set it to 12, but yeah, basically I want to read less. Bit of a weird goal, I know, but I just want to take my time with books and read books that I really enjoy, and kind of take the pressure away from reading so that I can actually really enjoy it, because sometimes I force myself to read and that's never fun. And then another goal that I do have is I would like to get my physical TBR down to 10. I do think that that is quite ambitious, but I currently have about 32 unread books on my shelf, and so I think 22 books, that's doable, and I'll either be reading those books or unhauling them. So you know, that's my plan, is by the end of 2021 to have 10 unread books. I mean, we'll see how my book buying goes next year, but at this point in time I think it's doable. Is it ambitious? Yes, but it's also doable. Anyway, those are all the questions. I'm not going to be tagging anyone because, as I said, I'm a bit late to the party with this one anyway. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe down below and leave me a comment. Let me know what books you need to get to before the end of the year. I would love to know. But that's all from me, so I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye!